Well, I think video advertising fits very well into the overall marketing mix. I mean, I think that it remains, I mean, if you think of the funnel, and whatever you think of the funnel, whether or not whether you should, there are lots of people with marketing textbooks saying the funnel is dead or redraw the funnel. The bottom line is, advertising is about making people aware of goods and services that they either had never even heard of, or had actually heard about vaguely but didn't know anything about. It's explaining things to people and explaining them new. It's making people want something and then hopefully making them realise they can't live without it. Yeah. Now, the top end of that process is taking people from unaware to aware, and there is nothing like brilliant brand advertising for doing that. And video appears to be one of the most efficient ways. There are other ways of going to market. There always have been. You know, the word of mouth is really important. PR is really important. Engaging with people, engaging with people, you have to engage with people who want to engage with you. And it's also the case that not everybody has the time or the inclination to engage backwards and forwards. So the idea of advertising is actually targeting only goes so far with it. And video can be targeted and all that kind of stuff is absolutely brilliant. But the opportunity to engage people with something that's informative, educational, maybe, certainly entertaining, the moving image and the sound format is absolutely a superb way of doing it. And so regardless of which particular bit of hardware, which particular bit of glass it's going out on, if you can do sound and moving images and colour and drama, then you're onto a winner. I think that the video industry, the digital video industry, needs to remove the frictions in the system. I think that the proposed new Google DFP video player is a good example. I think that's where the system can automatically transcode from one format to another, so that you don't have to bother your advertiser with, oh, this isn't in the right format, because digital still suffers from multiple formats in the way that most television industries have settled down. So I think when that arrives, that'll be a good thing. I think that putting the trading of television and digital video together, it's all video, is another place. I think that establishing some of the new ideas that are coming through working out who saw it and how many people saw it, taking some of the technologies from the digital side around frequency capping and actually using them, and then bringing that across onto television. Television's increasingly going digital anyhow. One thing I would say is that Moore's law does not apply just to the digital industry. It applies to the television industry as well. And you see change coming extremely fast. I think that you see organisations, many different broadcasters embracing that. I think that TV has a different attitude to developments. I think it would be fair to say that TV tends to adopt technical developments if they fit the advertising business. I think that's been one of the things, that would be my observation as somebody who's been working with TV advertising extensively over the past 4 years or so here at the BBC. I think that it works the other way around with digital, is that the advertising business tends to have to adapt to whatever brand new piece of technology is thrown. And a great example of that is apps, which haven't yet shown, which certainly have audience, but haven't yet revealed themselves as a proper advertising medium in any sense. For a start, you can't even put the same ad format across different apps right across. You can't actually buy across apps without producing dozens and dozens of different formats, because they all come in different shapes and sizes. Standards is a really important thing. So I think that television will adapt. It will adapt, full stop. I think that technology is enabling an awful lot of things which have been the same for quite a long time to change really quite quickly. I think there are whole infrastructures that play out that can change as technology approaches them, and we see suppliers. I mean, I think that the idea that a lot of people think that satellite is linear, But actually, it's already the case that you can put downlink boxes at cable heads and do geo-blocking and do kinds of things. That technology isn't science fiction for satellite TV playouts. It's already existing. Look what Sky are planning to do with will already have the technology around for their HD boxes and being able to potentially serve different advertisements by looking at the demographic household and or the household demographics, I should say. Those kinds of things are arriving. I don't think that the television industry feels the need to move to every new thing that comes along. I think it looks rather more, is this going to upset the apple cart? Whereas, so the answer to your question in short is no, I don't think they will continue to adapt as fast as digital. But they also will probably not necessarily go down different alleys and then stop and have to back up and go the other way in the way that maybe the digital industry has. I think that they're more interested in keeping the machine running smoothly and only adopting that which will help enhance it. Well, I think it's so the BBC obviously is extremely concerned with data and privacy. Has very clear pages on its website explaining exactly what pieces of technology are being used on that site and indeed how users can separate themselves from that. We are closely connected with and closely involved with trade bodies who have coming up with recommendations. We have actually started in the United States because the rules came through first over there. And so we're corresponding with everything the Internet Advertising Bureau in the United States said that we should do. The rules, it's a complex picture because the rules are different everywhere. So policy comes from the European Union. But different governments in different markets may yet end up in different positions in terms of how they intend to respond to that policy initiative. So the BBC's basically working to make sure that it's following best practice, following obviously all the rules. You wouldn't expect anything else from following all the rules, but some of the interesting pieces about is actually the practical integration of this of these directives and how that's going to be done in a way which works for the consumer as well as for the commercial businesses. I think we still have a long way to go before this is resolved, but the short answer to that is we're working with trade organisations and indeed the authorities to stay close to exactly how it should be done, and our principle is that we should be as transparent as possible. As I say, we have pages and pages of privacy guidelines and clarifications for our users right now. Indeed, we had for a long time before this whole new initiative came into being.